Good morning and happy Thursday all. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're coming at you live from the Arizona Center, the fabulous
Arizona Center.
Marshall just discovered that we have flamingos in our intro, so
which I still didn't see.
Which he still hasn't seen them, but
because it was running and I'm like, oh, there they were.
I'll yell next time they come up. Flamingo!
Instead of duck, it's like flamingos.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Well,
very good. So, happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday. Happy second day of the new year.
I know. 2025 is here and it's rolling along like a little thunderstorm.
Like a little thunderstorm?
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. Did you get a haircut, Marshall?
I didn't. I got some new product.
Oh, I like it.
Well, because Christmas you get like all kinds of things, and so
all the goodies.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, getting ready. It's like, oh, look, what's this?
Your hair's a lot like in tighter control today.
I know. It's like usually it doesn't. So there you go.
So there you go.
Indeed. So we've got a great show for you today.
Yes. This is kind of our first show post all the holidays. We're hitting all the holidays hard.
But we're still going to be some celebrating.
We're always celebrating.
Because, oh my gosh, we've got some Mehandi coming up, which is going to be so cool.
Yes.
And so that's going to be so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is going to be neat. We've also got some things to do to kick off your 2025. I heard you have some marvelous historical things to share with us today.
Oh my gosh. It's so much fun. So, and then some things to celebrate. So it's all good. We always have a fun show.
We do. So keep it right here. We're just going to take the quickest of breaks and we're going to be right back with our guest and I think a little art for you. We're gonna
I think you'll be
cool.
surprised by the colors, the beauty of it all. So we'll see you right back. And good morning. Welcome back to the morning show here on January 2nd. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. You got the date right.
I did. I know. Well, I think it's the first time in 2025 I haven't screwed it up yet. So
Day 2.
Right. There's always tomorrow. Who knows?
So we are sitting here with Sangeeta, and we are going to be talking about some henna. And I was just telling them I've never actually had henna done before. I've obviously seen it out at festivals, and my friend has had tons of henna at his wedding, but I've never had it done. Can you talk a little bit about henna and the history and the significance of what it actually is?
Yes. First of all, I'm so happy to be on the show with you, and very happy to talk about this beautiful art called henna or mehandi. And can I tell you that the people who never had henna before, I call them henna virgins.
I am a henna virgin, it's true. Can't say that for a while for many things.
I'm not gonna say a thing because open mouth insert foot. No.
Right.
Not on the second day of 2025.
But what henna is, it actually has come long way. We're talking like thousands of years before.
Wow.
It started in the Middle East, Northern African countries, and then slowly it made its way to India. I'm from India, by the way. Maybe you can tell. And what it is it comes from an herb, a plant. It's like a shrub, and it's grown very easy in the warm climate. And the leaves of it is plucked and dried and made it into henna powder, which I have it here for you. It looks like this.
Oh, cool. Can I smell it?
Wow.
Yeah, but be careful.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
And it's made it very fine. It's on my and we make a paste out of it, and it has a couple of things included, like eucalyptus oil, some aromatherapy oils, and lemon to enhance its color. And what it does, it actually, when you apply on the skin, it takes the body heat and it turns into color. So it colors, your skin. And it's temporary, unlike the real tattoo,
Okay.
It lasts about 7 to 10 days, and it has a curve like this. So it gets to its peak, and then it starts to fade off.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting thing to do in our culture. It's done on a very auspicious occasions, like weddings, right? You probably have seen the weddings.
Yeah.
So one great thing about it is like it calms your body, like whenever any art is done on your body, imagine like it's very calming, and the bride is usually very anxious, right?
Right.
So she gets to sit down, even the groom.
Yeah.
That's the only occasion it's done on the male, I mean. And then the bride gets to sit down for hours, and it's done like all the way up till here, and very intricate design.
Yeah.
And that kind of calms her down, and it's even calming for a person who's applying it on you. So I feel like I'm in the meditation when I do it.
I was just going to say, sort of meditative.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like has that sort of ceremonial ritual to it, that's something that you all experience. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's like done in any auspicious celebration, like baby showers, weddings, but also it has a therapeutic value to it.
Okay.
I
didn't know that.
I didn't realize.
Yeah. Many people don't know that part of it, because what it does is it takes the heat off your body.
Okay.
So it relieves your anxiety. And also, like I grew up in India, I've seen my mom using it as a therapy for UT if she had any, urinary tract infection.
Yeah.
She would put henna on a plate and put her feet into this, and it will cool her down, and even apply on a belly button, and it will cool her down. Like it's done, like it's used like that in many ways. Many women would use that.
I'm so curious to try. Everybody hears me talk about my migraines all the time, but I get really inflamed, and I get sometimes the anxiety of like how bad the migraine's going to get is like a catch-22,
Yeah,
so
I
would
get
be
it.
interested in trying it.
Yeah, and also, it's mostly applied on the ends of the body.
Okay.
So that's where we release or emit the heat, right?
Yeah.
And it colors darker as where the heat comes out the most.
Okay.
So in the ends of the body, it gets darker at the ends of the body, as opposed to if you do it here, it's like a dim color, but it's bright on the ends of the body. That's why it's mostly done on the palm, back of the hand, on the, I just did that last night. That's the color it comes up to.
Yeah.
But it gets darker as days goes by, and about 7 days it starts to fade off, just like it comes out. So I love that part of it, like how it's, it just comes to the peak and then it fades away, like slowly.
I never realized it was a reaction to,
I didn't either.
to the body heat. I just assumed it was a dye.
It's a natural dye too, but
right, but that reaction, I didn't realize
the
it actually.
biological
Yes,
reaction.
exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, can we try some on me?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I would like to be. I would be very easy on you.
Oh, okay.
Well, it is our first time,
I know,
so be gentle.
Exactly. I will. I promise. I will.
I feel like after 9 tattoos, I can handle.
No, I mean
handle
this
some
will be
henna.
very opposite effect. It's going to be cooling at first.
Okay.
Like you will feel a little bit of ticklishness.
Okay.
And then what you have to do is you have to kind of let it dry for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Once it's applied, because it is wet and it will smear.
Okay.
It's like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Okay.
once it's dry, then you kind of let it flake it off before you go to bed.
Okay.
It has to stay for a couple of hours for
a
it
while.
to get darker.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
And then it will stain your bed sheet, so you want to put like old ones.
Good to know. All right.
Yes. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect.
Okay.
So let's do. And I kind of like to do this also in a way like I'm a yoga teacher myself, and I like to connect with human beings that I'm doing it, and I find it very fascinating that it kind of colors, colors your hand by me, like through me.
Yeah.
and the henna comes from like all the way to India, and it kind of connects, brings people together. And
well,
I love
that's what it's like. You were talking about how it's almost like a meditative state for both of you, but I also feel like there's like this energy transference going on as well.
Exactly.
So it's not just I'm sitting here getting this done, but I mean, here's this sharing moment of energy of that relaxing feeling of some downtime. So yeah,
exactly. So I call it like henna connects, hearts, and henna colors hearts. And I have had the most fascinating conversation while doing henna to anyone, who comes to me. So, and I kind of feel your aura, and I try to do something, and so many times that have come true that there are some significant designs in henna that have some kind of significance. So it has come to very close match of your personality and the design I do it.
That's really cool.
Right? Yeah. So let's see if that works in your case.
Okay.
So I am feeling like you look very pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
And very blossoming. So I feel like doing a little flower on you.
Okay.
So just, how do you feel as I'm doing it?
That feels nice and cool.
Cool, right? Yeah.
I already feel like I'm calming down just by like watching you do it.
Right?
Yeah.
And just the process. And I do a lot of belly henna on pregnant women. And I see that the feet is moving as I go along with this, performing this.
Oh,
it's
wow.
very fascinating, yes.
How long did it take you to learn how to do these designs? They seem very intricate.
Yeah, well, I'm artistic by nature, and I'm gifted, so I'm very grateful for that. And as I was growing up, I had a lot of celebration around me, and I would just pick up one of these and start drawing. I was good at freehand drawing.
Okay.
So I just picked it up. And then when I moved here in Arizona, a friend of mine encouraged me. Her name is Doris. Thank you, Doris. To kind of do it in public. And then I was called by Changing Hands Bookstore. Are you familiar with that?
I love Changing Hands.
Right? Yeah. I've done many sessions there in public, and for many of them, like in 3-4 hours altogether.
Oh, wow.
And at a time.
At the Phoenix or Tempe location?
Tempe location.
That's by me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. See, we are connected already. I love this. So I'm just gonna do it can go on and on, like
I wouldn't say I love how it's like oh, just a flower, and then it's like, oh no, wait, there's always more.
I know, exactly. I could go like I love this canvas.
Now I see how it's like it's so easy to do that, and then it just kind of work its way up your arm.
Exactly. Yes.
It's so beautiful.
So okay,
Thank you.
Would you do a matching tattoo for or a henna on a man and a woman as their?
Oh.
So, or are there different gender-based
like, are there
art?
symbolic ones that you would do for a wedding or something like that?
Yeah, it's very common usually, but it also depends on the person.
Okay.
Like it can certainly be done, men and women the same, and usually they do that in the weddings. And what they do is very interesting fact is they try to hide the groom's name, like initial of the name and the design. And then the groom tries to find it. It's one of the rituals.
Oh, that's fun.
It's very much fun.
It's like Find Waldo, but find yourself.
A little more naughty too.
Yeah, exactly.
It can be.
I like how she's like, it can be naughty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you had mentioned another term, Mehandi, is that what you said?
Yes, that's just another word for it.
Okay.
Most commonly used in India is Mehandi, then henna.
Okay.
And because I am from India, I can speak for there. And it's just, if you go ever to India, you will be so much fascinated by anyone doing it there. Like there are thousands times faster than me, and they're just very fascinating to watch. Just to watch it is so calming and relaxing.
Well, I like how you're saying, oh, they're so much faster, but I'm like,
I know, she's
oh my
really
gosh.
fast.
She's like zip, 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 zip. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like you're going to have a handful in no time. It's like, that's just fascinating.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a gift I've been doing this for like about more than 15 years, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like I said, I could go on and on and on. I feel like it. But
No, and that's kind of the interesting thing is it's like it really is kind of, I mean, you're freehanding this, so it's not like a tattoo where you put down a stencil and then trace it. So it really is.
Well, that's what when I was looking at her hand, I was like, oh, is she going to do a stencil? Because that looks so,
precise.
Yeah.
no, that's what comes from practice. I did do some henna lessons in changing hands long time ago. And it's something you can learn, and it's just a practice, right?
I guess henna too. It's like easier than practicing a tattoo
Right,
artist.
right, because it's not
because
forever.
it's not permanent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say. So is
So
that good?
cool! I love it.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Now you're not going to touch it until I move your hand,
Not
and
gonna
be
touch
careful, not to smear it, right?
Okay.
It's going to dry very quick, like about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And what we do is like we apply a little bit lemon sugar on it, so just the paste stays on the skin for longer.
Okay.
And the longer it stays, the darker the color you
It'll
get.
get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're supposed to wash it right now, you're probably going to get just orange something.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
if you want to
that
get
is so beautiful.
That is
Thank you
really
so
beautiful.
much.
Yeah.
And this is what I came up from your like a little bit very joyful, blossoming personality.
Thank you.
And that's what I feel from you. And like, I wish you to blossom more.
Thank you so much. Oh, I love it. I just love it so much. Well, I know we've got more to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got this beautiful book.
Should we come join Marshall back?
Yeah, come on
Sure.
back here.
And you can share a little bit with us?
Definitely.
Okay. Yes, we'll be careful of our mics as we
Right,
rotate
exactly. I
here.
was trying to
And I will get out of the
Pivot,
way so that
pivot.
way.
I'm stuck under the chair, Marsh. All right,
Oh,
here
no.
we go. Here, I'll let you be on the inside.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So tell us about the inspiration for this gorgeous book.
This is the years of my henna art collection. You are welcome to open it and see it. And this is one of the picture from my beautiful friend in Houston. I was invited there for a yoga conference, and he has taken that picture.
That's
so
beautiful photography,
Yeah.
too.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So that picture, it shows the henna paste as well as the after it's done.
Wow.
And these are just some from various occasions, and I wanted to show the exact same.
Well, and I think this is
before.
interesting. It's like then you also add in
Yes.
text as
I've done
well.
so many beautiful things. Like I've done a cancer patient on the head, and it's very calming, cooling, and they took it very well too as well.
How do you do, so like this is more black, and then there was like blue on the other one. How do you do, is that a tattoo? Or
That's
is
a
that-
tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah. You got that one right.
Okay.
Good catch. Yeah.
Wow, but just look how intricate. Oh
Yeah.
my
This
gosh.
was the wedding I had done long time ago here
Okay.
in Phoenix, and it's just years of collection. That's my favorite. The Christmas
Yeah, that's
tree.
really cool.
That's really great with the lights
Yeah.
and everything
Right.
else. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh.
And the feet are very, very popular when it comes to summer season. Like people want to go to the beach and stuff. and
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's beautiful.
I've always loved the
And,
feet henna. Yeah.
Right.
But I have a little like,
And I have done the
Hobbit
candle
pose.
hennas too.
Oh, wow.
So they light up.
flip
and
that around so
let-
they can
look
see it.
Indeed. I know. I feel like doing story time.
I know.
It's like what a great book. It's like going, here, we're going to talk about henna.
So that's
I
really cool, the
mean,
candles.
Let's see. Yeah, you can see the candles here with the henna on them, which is
And the
just
peacock
beautiful.
is one of the popular design paisley.
Well, right,
Those
and
are
that's what I was
henna.
noticing was the number of peacocks. I was like, wow.
Right.
Because I mean, I'm normally
there
I'm
you
used to
go.
seeing more the flower as opposed to actually animals,
I
which
see.
is
Okay.
beautiful.
It takes a little bit longer, otherwise I would do that. And I've done some of my friends.
So you do clearly stunning work. Share,
Yeah.
you
share
so
the
much.
name of your company and kind of how people can work with you or learn from you.
Yes, I am on my Facebook page as a Heartistic Expressions, Henna by Sangeeta.
Okay.
And I've done a lot of art fairs, yoga fairs, birthday get-togethers, pool parties, baby showers.
Love that.
A lot of things like that. And
So like if I wanted to hire you for my birthday to come out and do some yoga and some henna, that's something you would do?
Oh, yes, definitely. I would
That's
love
really
that.
cool.
In fact, I have one coming up for a henna belly this Sunday.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah.
So they do a beautiful sacred ceremony, and then I apply henna as they do that. It's very moving and
I'm saying again, that transference of energy and everything just sounds so beautiful.
It is a great experience, and that's why I'm connected to it, and I love doing it.
Yeah.
And I have beautiful community here that I'm connected with, and I'm
that.
really grateful for that.
Yeah, community makes all the difference
Isn't
in the
it?
world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for inviting me here.
My hand feels like minty. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like
Do
minty.
you like the smell of it?
I do,
So
actually.
the people either love it or hate it.
No, it feels like I just
It's
feel
very
like,
earthy, isn't
yeah,
it?
and like at a spa. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that's really nice. So, well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining
thanks.
us, for breaking my henna cherry, and I'm glad I'm not a virgin anymore.
Well, oh my. It's getting a little warm in here.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful
Yeah,
for
thank
being
you
here.
so much.
You're welcome.
And I loved also your description and just clearing up, just making it more understandable.
Yeah.
And as well as the science, the art, and so much of it.
Well, my pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Thank
I really
you.
enjoyed this.
Well, we'll be right back after this break with some things to do, some history, lots of other good
Just
stuff.
more of us
More
and
of us.
lots of fun.
And me trying not to smear my hand. Yes.
That's a must.
I was looking for the flamingos, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I don't know if it's on the little
no,
one.
it's not. It's only
It's on the big one.
Right, it's only, yes.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's short and there's no flamingos.
There's no flamingos.
So.
Sorry to disappoint you,
Wah,
Marshall.
wah.
Oh, this is Marshall Shore, who's hunting
Oh, that's right.
for the
I'm
flamingos.
Marshall Shore, and this is,
Melissa Farley.
and we are coming to you from the
Fabulous
Arizona Center.
Yes, we are.
Indeed.
You know what else is fabulous? That there's so many lovely things to do right after the new year. There's still some holiday cheer things to do. This first one I'm actually really excited about. Another thing I would be a virgin at, by the way. Have you done a toboggan run?
I've never done toboggan, but I've done like the aluminum circle where you grab on. I've done the old.
Oh well, yeah.
The sled.
The Christmas vacation sled. Yeah.
Exactly. So yes, I've done. Or even in college, you would steal the trays from the food line.
Oh wow.
And go down the hill on those.
That feels sanitary. Yeah, butts on trays that you eat off of. I love that idea.
Well, I think they wash them after.
I would hope so.
So.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want to steal some trays, you can do snow lights and the only toboggan run in Arizona it's actually at Scottsdale at Salt River Fields. They're doing kind of a winter wonderland. There's going to be a light show. You can build snowmans. There's going to be an igloo bar, snowball throwing, s'mores stations, and they're going to have, they say, 350 tons.
I know. I was just reading. I was like
350 tons of snow, which is why you can do the toboggan.
Yeah,
that's a lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow.
I know. I thought so. I mean, that's yeah.
It's like growing up. I remember at one point during the blizzard in the late 70s, we actually got snowed in the house. There was so much snow outside, we couldn't open the doors. We had to climb out through the second floor window.
Oh, wow.
And shovel out the doors.
Yeah, I've definitely never experienced, living in Arizona my whole life, I've never experienced anything like that. But it starts at 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be going on through January 4th, so you have a couple days to check it out.
So still time to get there.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And tickets really aren't that expensive, I feel like, for this kind of a cool experience in Arizona. So if you're a grown-up like us, it's $30. Kids are $20. They do have a VIP experience, which is $65. I don't actually know what comes with that VIP experience.
But what I love is when they're done, they do nothing and probably just let it melt.
Probably. And water the field.
Right, exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're done. So now everyone leaves and it's still there.
Yeah.
Slowly just goes down.
How do they, okay, dumb question. I feel like I should put a blonde wig on for this question. Do they?
we need more set accoutrements now there's going to be like wigs for us to wear.
Yeah. Actually, that would be fun. do they make it like here on the spot, or do they bring it in from somewhere?
I don't know. And I mean, is there a snow factory?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean, because Arizona Center does this, Science Center does this too, but I don't think they do 350 ton. Like,
No,
that's
and
a
it's like
lot.
when I was up in Desert Ridge, they had like the little thing that makes snow.
Right.
So, but it would take a lot of those to make 350 tons of snow.
And it feels a lot like soap at some of those things where
Oh
it
yeah, no,
snows on
this
you.
one, yeah. Oh, I thought it was soap at first, and then it's
Yeah.
like it just melts. I was like, oh,
Well, and then, you know, because up in Flagstaff, they can make their own snow
right.
if they
So I'm
want.
wondering, do they truck it down?
don't
Do
know.
they make it?
We have so many questions.
I know. Inquirers want to know.
If
We
somebody
should-
knows,
Or should do it behind the scenes, maybe.
go
Reach
play in
out-
the snow.
Yeah, or reach out and say, hey, can we?
Yeah. Hey, I can go with my henna
That's right.
and break my toboggan. I combine them.
And
Tabana.
pronounce. So yeah, I don't think it's a good idea is to go down on a sled while you're getting a henna.
Not wow. I'm just saying, like, I'm wearing it.
Ah.
I could I need 3. I do everything in 3s, though. I need something else that I'm a virgin at to go do.
I'm sure we can find something.
I'm sure we could. Left to a challenge, we rise. All right, this next one is probably more up your alley, although maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It's blind wine tasting at one of your favorite places, the Valley Bar.
Ah,
Yeah.
indeed.
So it's kind of an immersive experience. It's you basically chat for about an hour, learn about and kind of get to hear the history of the wines with a tasting expert. Then you get a tasting card, and it's held in the library space.
Oh.
So, you basically can have 4 pours of secret wines, all guided by a local wine importer. So it does sound kind of, I don't feel like I am sophisticated enough with wine to like appreciate this kind of experience, but I can see if you did enjoy wine.
But the thing is about a tasting, and also as someone who knows the wine, is it helps you develop that palate, and also those words. It's like, well, what are you to describe that?
That's true. And I also
So-
feel like now that I can smell, maybe I could
Right.
better appreciate wine.
Indeed,
But-
because again, it's like with so many things, it's all about. I mean, you've got such a great
I know.
nose.
Yeah.
So.
So tastings start at 7:30 p.m. sharp. So you can't be late for this one. If you're 15 minutes late, they won't let you in.
I say because also it's
Yeah.
a very limited space. I mean, so it's not like they're not going to have like 100 folks. I mean,
Yeah.
you're probably talking like 10 folks because I mean it's not that big of a space.
No, it is pretty small. Yeah. It says. Oh, I was seeing if it would say a cap, but they don't. But it's only an hour long. It's at Valley Bar, and of course this is a 21 plus event, so you can't bring your children's with you to experience the wine tasting.
Indeed, yeah. No
Indeed.
children allowed.
This next one, usually the Herberger Theater Center has a couple different art exhibits going on that people don't even know about or think about because they're always just going there for the shows, right? For the theatrical performances. But right now they have actually a big exhibit and a tiny exhibit, is what they're calling them. So this tiny exhibit is kind of really cool because it's tiny. It's really small.
Oh.
So like no piece is bigger than 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. So they're small. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's 24 Arizona artists in this.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool. They are open from 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily, and then it's totally free to check out. So you can, if you're kind of out exploring out in Phoenix, you can pop in and see some tiny artwork.
Indeed, or if you go see a show, it's right there. So
Yeah.
intermission.
Yeah, I love this because I don't know if I've shared pictures or not, but I have an art wall in my bedroom, and a lot of it's tiny art. Like I'll go to like art fairs and
okay,
I'll
right.
see local artists and I'll just buy like these tiny little art pieces.
Well, and I think that's more on trend because I mean, it's like if you buy one big piece, it's like then
I
that's
know.
your wall.
Yeah, that's my.
So.
But now my whole wall is kind of getting filled with these tiny, which I love. I think it's really fun. It's hard to keep them all straight. That is my challenge.
Oh, you put the little dum-dum on the corners.
I need to. Yeah, I do need to do that.
Yeah, because of the whole, it's like, yeah, if one of them is askew, then it's like,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like your eye goes immediately to that one.
Sometimes I feel like I stay up at night just like staring at my wall, being like, "Those are crooked," and I don't.
So,
have
and I
energy.
just learned, so other theaters do art shows as well, and so Gamage does an art show.
They do, yeah.
And so I'm going to be up in February. I have a friend who is painting pretty much a life-size paper doll of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is Patrick, my husband, was just talking about how.
Oh, I was like, Patrick? Who's Patrick?
I don't know why I said his full name. He's not in trouble. But we were.
Well, if you said his middle name, then we would have known he was in trouble. But
we got these little eyeballs that we were making hand puppets with in our.
Oh yeah, no,
over
I love those.
Yeah, and he was like, "You and Marshall need puppets of yourselves," and so like there should be days where. And I was like, I feel like Marshall probably already has a puppet of himself.
You haven't seen my puppet?
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, okay.
I knew it. Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't have a puppet of myself. I do not.
Actually, this is a great, I'm not intentional at all, but this is a great transition to the next event. Great Arizona Puppet Theater is hosting Three Little Pigs. It is going to be on through January 12th. It's beautiful inside the theater, really kind of a cool thing for kids to experience puppetry. I think that's something that a lot of people don't even think about when they're thinking of activities to entertain the kids with, and it's pretty inexpensive, $8 to $15 for tickets. So you can also take your kiddies up. They're recommending 4 and up. So I don't know why.
I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house until you go see the Three Little Pigs.
You go see the Three Little Pigs. I said pids. I'm in a pit of despair. No. This last one is pretty cool. It's for teens, but I honestly love when adults do this kind of stuff too. It's vision board zine making, and it's at one of your also favorite places, Mesa Public Library. So kind of as you're thinking about still in that mindset of envisioning 2025, what this
what's
year
going to
would still
happen,
look
where's
like.
it going, that kind of helps you manifest.
Yeah.
It's like, here's where I'd like to take my 2025.
Yeah, so it's free. They're providing all the supplies.
Oh,
it's
very
from
cool.
4 to 5 p.m. I just think what a great way to kind of be intentional and have some time for your teens to think about that. I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know how like eager teens would be to do vision boards
with their parents.
Well, maybe the parents could go like read somewhere and then.
Oh, that's true. Because I'm like, I like the idea, but I'm like, teens don't. I mean, I remember when I was that age, I'm like, I don't know who those people are.
Yeah.
They drop me off at the mall, and then I just meet them at some.
Did you have cool parents?
You know, I think I did. They just
Yeah.
kind of let me be me. I would get ready to go somewhere, and Mom's like, "You're going out like that?" And I'm like, "Yep." Like, okay. So it wasn't like
Just checking.
right. Yeah, you should go put something else on because you don't match.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so you've been doing that for a long time.
I used to get dressed by emotion.
Okay.
So it'd be like, these pants I got for Christmas and that shirt, my grandparents got that for me. So
Yeah.
I would just dress for an emotion. I didn't care. They went together because of that, not
Yeah,
because of
what they meant to you.
Right.
That's cool.
So I didn't care what it looked like because it's just like, I feel good wearing this.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, what else do you feel good about? You feel good about sharing some history?
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much cool stuff. So the town of Douglas.
Yes.
Which is, probably like, I don't know, a little more than 3 hours away from here. So
Yeah.
I'm literally right on the border. So there was at one point U of A came in and installed meteorological equipment on the Gadsden Hotel
Okay.
in Douglas.
I didn't know that.
And so it sounds really cool. And if you've never been to the Gadsden, it's such an amazing hotel. Now, the equipment was installed before there was a fire, and so basically, like this photo now is of the redone.
Okay.
And what I love about like the Gadsden is it's such a beautiful hotel, and when you start looking at those windows, it's like there's been this debate on are they Tiffany or are they not? They're not Tiffany, but they were actually made by a guy who trained with Tiffany.
Well, then
so
just as
pretty
good.
much. They
Yeah.
are. And Douglas is such a cool little town.
It is cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I want to go back. It's like, you've got the art car world down there.
Yeah.
You've got the Last Supper Museum with
Yes.
hundreds, if not thousands,
Which
of Last Supper.
I'm so devastated that I found out about that from you after I went to Douglas. Because that's totally up my alley. I would have absolutely gone to check that out.
Well, what's great is the guy who does the Last Supper Museum was the manager for Metallica.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
So
yeah.
I mean, it was such a fun town to go and visit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to get back to Douglas and spend some more time.
Yeah.
And so
Road trip.
Well, exactly. I mean, maybe we should start doing little segments of like, hey, let's go.
We should. That would be really fun.
And that would be the perfect town because I don't think enough people know about Douglas.
No. I don't think that's on anybody's like must go visit.
And I was
list.
really stunned. I was like, I went because I was like, I don't really know that much about Douglas, and I was like, knew a few things, and then it was like, oh my gosh, and then I was like, oh, I kept making appointments. I was almost late because I was so busy doing other stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta leave now because I got 5 minutes to get to the next stop. So,
yeah, I could see you being guilty of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then things to celebrate. If we're going on a road trip, today we are also celebrating. In 1974, Nixon signed in a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. So it made everyone's road trip go from...
What?
So it was basically to create safer highways, but also this was the middle of the gas shortage.
That is infuriating.
So
that would
they
piss me off
they
so
said
bad.
so yeah. So it was like
No.
so it was always people either loved or hated it because it was trying to save gas,
No.
but
No.
suddenly your road trip so
Took like 2 hours longer,
Well,
or just
or just felt
frustrating. Yeah,
right. And it's so funny if like you get on like the 101.
I
It's
know.
like, yeah, they're not going 55 on the 101.
Well, I think about that all the time because my parents live in Glendale, so I have to take the 17 a lot,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they still have like 55 zones. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yes.
This is so ridiculous. On surface streets, it's 45. I sound so old right now ranting about. Okay,
Get off my lawn.
We'll move on.
Get off my lawn, you kids. And then also, and I think this is hilarious that it's just after New Year's, but is National Buffet Day.
We should be in Vegas for
So,
that.
well, exactly, and I love it's like you go to a buffet, everybody gets something they want,
Yeah.
and as much as they want.
Okay, so if you didn't eat enough on Christmas,
Well,
and
exactly.
you didn't eat enough on Thanksgiving, and you didn't eat and splurge on New Year's Day,
Right, here's your chance
Buffet
to get
day.
even more of you to love for 2025.
hey,
So, as well as then kind of the counterbalance to that, it is National Personal Trainer Day.
okay, so you go
So-
get your buffet on.
Well,
and
hopefully the
then,
reverse order, because if you fill up on food and then go see your personal trainer, probably not a good idea.
It's true.
So you would want to go visit your personal trainer and then go to the buffet.
Or take a nap in between.
Well,
Take a little walk, give it some time to settle.
or just kind of maybe
work it out.
forget about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's as we get ready for 2025, I think that's on a lot of people's minds. Their health.
I saw so many people running today, like out walking and running. And I always think that's so funny because there's always that that month of January where like the gyms are packed, like everybody's out trying to be active. And then by
yeah.
February, it's like all the real, all the fakes are done. And, no, it's hard. It's hard though to stay consistent. That is a really big challenge.
Completely.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the goal of. Oh, maybe that should be my word for 2025, consistency. Oh.
No, that doesn't feel good for you.
No,
let's
that
not
just,
trap you
no,
in that.
No, that just, yeah.
But I'll say this, one of the things that has really helped me is, because I used to feel like, oh, if I can't do a full hour-long workout or a 45-minute workout, I'm just not going to do it. But actually what helps you stay consistent is if you're like, you know what, I can only walk for 10 minutes on the treadmill today, or you know what, I can only squeeze in a 15-minute yoga session, on
Or
YouTube.
I'm going to just bend over and touch my toes right now.
Just move, move your body.
Right. And
just
get some
move your
time
body.
set in there to just do that.
It doesn't have to be extreme. You don't have to hurt yourself or push yourself. You just need to move your body, and that's always a good way to start with a goal, I think, for the year, if you want to be active.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
So why don't we take a break, and then we'll
Okay.
come back and we'll talk about some birthdays.
I love birthdays.
Yeah, because I mean, more to celebrate, and also we'll let you know how you can share your important anniversaries or birthdays so you could get them right here on the morning show. We'll see you right back. And good morning and welcome back to the morning show on this January 2nd. So happy you can join us on the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. My earpiece is popping out.
I was like,
I'm Melissa
I just see
Farley.
you like
don't
doing
know.
this. I was like, what's she doing? I was like,
Hi, please, Marshall.
that's what I thought. It's like, Melissa's got fleas this morning.
do.
It's like, what a great thing for 2025.
No, I don't
Bring
know.
in the fleas.
I turned my little head and my thing just popped out. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
So
I'm
we
back.
are coming to you from the fabulous Arizona Center.
I feel like we need an echo effect when we do that now. We just need to keep making
Boom,
it bigger
boom,
and
boom,
bigger and
boom,
bigger.
boom.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, so we wanted to leave you with some fun things to
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah, so Cuba Gooding Jr. His birthday
I love
is
that you
today.
said Cuba.
I was like, yeah. There's a whole story, but yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. I haven't seen him around in a while. Has he been in anything recent?
I don't think so. I mean, you know him from Boys in the Hood, Jerry Maguire,
Yeah.
for Jerry Maguire, he actually received an Academy Award.
Yes.
So
No, he's super talented.
Yeah, I mean, he also played O.J. Simpson in the People vs. O.J. Simpson.
That's right, he did. I forgot.
So
about
yeah,
that.
I mean,
Well, apologies, Cuba, if we're not up to speed on your most recent projects, but
yeah, and so he is 56 years old today.
56 years old. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good
and
for
still
you.
out there doing stuff.
Yeah,
And
that we don't know about. But
I'm sure. I mean, it's like, but still, I mean, but he is such a face of so many amazing movies.
yeah.
And so
I'm trying to think of a comedy that I know I really like him in, and I can't. My brain's a little mushy today. It'll probably come to me like 4 hours later. I'll text it to
oh,
you
yeah.
randomly.
Right. Or at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Be like, what's this? I'm like, oh, okay. As well as, so basically, when we talk about science fiction, one of the lead names in that is Isaac Asimov.
Yep.
And so he was born on this date, which is, I think, pretty amazing considering, I mean, just look at, these are just a few of the books that he's famous for.
And people maybe might not be familiar with him per se, but if you watch The Foundation on Apple, I was just telling Marshall about
yeah.
this. That show is phenomenal based off of his work. It is seriously, I think, one of the best things on TV. We don't know how it's not winning awards. Like it's remarkable.
Okay.
And yeah, just everything about it is incredible. Also, Lee Pace is shirtless a lot, which I'm also a fan of. So.
And basically, he was born in Russia and wound up teaching at Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what an amazing thing to have him as a teacher would have just been amazing, because just the way his mind would have worked.
Yeah.
To really be kind of a pioneer in so many fields.
I feel like I just wouldn't be smart enough to like sit in his class. Like I'd constantly just be like, what? Because that's how I feel about the show a lot of times. Like Pat and I are pausing it and we're like, okay, wait.
But I love that. It's like I love a show where it's like it makes you think and.
Well, because there's time travel and also like, well, not time travel, but like they can freeze themselves, and so some of the characters will age, some of them won't, and so then you kind of get like, okay, wait, yeah.
What's going? Oh, wow,
Yeah.
very cool. So yeah, no, I haven't seen it. So
It's great, yeah.
okay. Well, maybe I have some holiday watching to come up.
Ooh.
Well, I guess post-holiday watching.
Post-holiday watching.
Yeah, because those holidays are long gone.
Yes.
And just a memory.
Well, not long gone. They're
Well, no, just back
Just on
there.
the other side,
Yeah,
yeah.
just back there. Not way back, but
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, so I know we've talked about your word of the 2025 is play.
Yes, yeah.
So, I think there's some really cool opportunities for that coming up in 2025. I mean, I just saw the Great Puppeteer is doing a really cool thing where they're bringing in this guy from Long Beach, Rasputin's Puppets. He's amazing. So and I'm thinking, it's like, we should try and get him on the show.
That would be really cool.
He's a hoot.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
So
we should.
Yeah, so I will connect Ann with him because I
Okay.
would love to have him on the show, as well as they're doing a bit with Todd Bailey, who is a former dancer. Did cruise ships, traveled the globe, dancing all over the place like Monte
Fun.
Carlo. And so he's doing a small piece as well
Yeah.
with some dancers. So it's going to be this really kind of like cool, like trifecta of
Love that.
things going on.
Well, we're hopefully going to be bringing you some really cool stuff in 2025. Also, I just want to share a little moment here. I actually had a little bit of a rough start to my 2025, and I just want to tell people that's okay. Like that's not indicative of your entire year. You don't have to, let that be your narrative for everything that you believe and have that change your mindset for the worst. Things do happen that are good and that are bad, and it's all about how we choose to respond to them. And it's okay to kind of sit in this place. So if you don't start off your new year with a bang, that's okay. Give yourself a little bit of grace and just let yourself be excited for everything that's going to unfold.
Well, and
this
maybe
year.
your 2025 has a really long fuse.
It might have a really long fuse. Also,
So-
it's true that a lot of times when big transformations happen, it can be really uncomfortable. So, that's kind of what I feel like I'm going through.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing to be uncomfortable, because it pushes you in new areas,
Right.
to try new things, to...
A lot of people avoid being uncomfortable, but sometimes you just got to sit with that uncomfortable and move
Right.
through it, and then there's something better on the other side. So I'm just saying, I feel you, I see you. If your 2025 wasn't off to a rock star start, but we're here for you. I think that's one thing we can
That's
offer.
right, we're lighting that long fuse.
Yeah,
So.
Marshall and I are here for you. So
Indeed. So thank you so much for spending your time with us as we learned about henna.
yeah, I did good. I haven't
Mindy,
smeared it.
I know, you've been
Doing
doing
good.
really good.
I know.
So that was so fascinating learning about that. And I love the science behind it as well, the cultural significance. So I love,
Yeah, we learned
I've
so
seen
many
it, and
new
I've
things.
seen people get it done, but no one's ever explained kind of that back behind the scenes stuff.
Well, you're welcome. Now you know.
Indeed, now I know. That's what I love about you can learn with Marshall and Melissa.
On the morning show. All right, we'll be right back tomorrow with a brand new episode. 2 new guests for you.
Yeah, more history, more fun stuff, things to do, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning or whenever.